here. It's too late to escape now. Let me see. Maybe I could have an emergency phone call come through. Text my daughter or something. You never know with Dennis. It could be anything. I wonder what he's gonna ask me. You know, he like to keep it real, so it's crazy. Jesus, take the wheel.
Marietta Bell or Elliott?
Oh, I mean, legally it's Elliot, but but I'm always a Bell.
Are you always a Bell?
Always a Bell.
Always a Bell.
That's never gonna change.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but we're about to make it happen. We're gonna make it do what it do.
Marietta. Miss Bell, or should we call you Miss Elliott?
So, you know, officially it is Elliot, but I'm always a Bell. But, you know, the thing about this industry, they always spell Elliot wrong, probably because it shouldn't be attached to me.
Woo! Let me ask you this. When did you know that you wanted to be an actress?
When did I know I wanted to be an actress? Like lock in?
Lock in.
I feel like in the classroom, I always bring things to life, right? So it's been like an idea in the back of my head probably my entire life, you know, even doing church skits, whatever. And so an opportunity presented itself and it just opened up that idea, that thought.
Let me ask you a question. When you see this woman right here, do you remember when you took this picture?
I do.
You do? What was going through your head?
When I was taking that, I mean, it was a headshot. And it was like at the beginning of my acting career when I really decided to lock in. So, you know, it was one of the things, it's just a discovery and even learning myself in the process. Because acting has been a catalyst and a conduit for really discovering myself and learning my inner strength.
So you said that you will always be a Bell. You're an Elliot right now, but they always spell it wrong, so you don't know if it should be you.
Exactly.
Right? Do you think that acting ruined your marriage?
Do I think that acting ruined my marriage?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say it ruined my marriage, but I'm sure it played its part, you know, but I can only speak for myself.
Do you think that people that marry should be actresses? Do you think that being married and being an actor is really cool? Or do you think you should just be single and be...
No, I think everyone should always pursue their dream. So if it's something that has been placed inside of you, I think you should find a way to do that because you'll always feel like the what ifs about it. So I feel like when you are married and you have something so deeply, a desire to do something, your partner has to be okay with exploring that. Now, can you find a middle ground? Probably so. Sometimes you can.
How do you feel about set scenes in a married couple?
Once again, I think that's independent of, you know, with the...
You.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
And being in a relationship?
Yeah, if you're in a relationship, do you think that it's cool for a person in a relationship to have sex scenes with another person?
I think it's fine because it's a scene, it's acting. You know, I've been on set and that stuff is not real. It's like a choreography. It's pieced together. It's a million people in a room. It's not nothing really going down for real, for real. Now, nudity, I might have a problem with only because I'm not willing to do that. But that's because a lot of my actions are dictated by having 4 daughters.
What is the most Detroit thing you have ever done on the set?
The most Detroit thing I've ever done on the set? Detroit thing I've ever done on the set. I don't know if it's something I've done on the set. Maybe in a scene, you know, just like being about that life, you know, popping off on somebody and chasing after them and, you know, just being like straight, no chaser, so to speak, just uninhibited and going at them in a sense. Because, you know, from Detroit, I always say this about Detroit women, we're multifaceted, but we don't play about stuff that's important to us. And that can include our men.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever had to work with somebody that you just didn't like? Like, you know you do not mess with this person. You don't like him, you don't like her, you can't stand him, but you had to keep it good for the camera. Had that happened yet?
No, that hasn't happened yet.
So you think that you get along with everybody pretty much?
I think that at this age that I am, I can maneuver in a lot of different sectors and I'm okay because I feel like I pretty much keep good relationships, working relationships with everyone. And that's important. It's a working relationship and I keep that.
So let me ask you this. Out of all the roles you done,
Mhm.
what was one role you was like, damn, Marietta, you shouldn't have did that. You went too far. Like, you kissed them too much, you hugged her too much, you did something too much. Tell me, what role have you really looked back and like, I cannot believe I've done that?
I don't think it's a role that I felt like that I shouldn't have done yet. Because for one, I'm a firm believer in that my steps are ordered. So I go by what's in my spirit. And I feel like God is always speaking to us. So if I have a nudge, I'm not going to do it. So thus far, I have not had a role where I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I haven't felt that way. Everything to me is a learning experience. Everything in life is like pieces to a puzzle. So I know some people say they have regrets. I have no regrets with anything in my life because it plays its part and it's for whoever I'm ultimately supposed to be.
So you have 4 daughters.
I have 4 daughters.
Twins that can act.
Twins that can act.
A daughter that can sing and write the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Right? 4 daughters.
And my middle daughter don't want to leave her out. She's just like, she's so she's just brilliant.
I was going to get to that because that's the one that you always say is your genius child, right? Have you had a role that you didn't want them to see you in?
No. I always think of them before I take a role. That's probably why. But as they're getting older, I think I'm more comfortable to branch out a little bit more. And in addition to my 4 kids, I got hundreds other kids that I've, impacted their lives, so I keep them in mind too.
Let's go there.
We can go there.
Right? So not only are you an actress, you are a teacher.
I am a teacher.
Right? And you teach kids that are special needs. Right? What made you do that? Why the special need kids instead of just the regular kids? And I know they're regular too.
They're all regular.
Right? They're regular too. But what made you say, I want to deal with this kind of kid instead of that kind of kid?
So the honest answer is, once again, my steps are ordered. So working in the district that I work in, and I won't name it, sometimes they kind of put you up against making decisions. So it was this one particular year where they were laying everybody off. And they said, well, in order to keep your job, you could either sub in your classroom or you could branch off into special education and keep your same pay. So that's what kind of led me down that road. But I love it now. There's nothing else that I would prefer to do. And part of that is because I feel like a lot of my students may, in certain areas, be considered to be the underdog. So it's a matter of fostering their independence, making them feel empowered, and that's what I love about it. Because honestly, the disability is just such a small fraction of who they are, but once you unlock and show them how are they smart versus how smart they are, you get a lot of growth from them and progress. So.
You're an actress. I think you're a damn good actress,
Thank
right?
you.
Do you think that you don't get roles because you're not as popular as some actresses?
I'm sure that plays a part. I mean, that's just the dichotomy of Detroit. That's just how Detroit is kind of laid out. That's part of it. And it could be other things, but, I also feel like there's some things from a technical standpoint that I could work on as well. But,
like what?
Just locking in more to certain characters, just really, I'm relatively new to this when you compare it to like my teaching career. I've been teaching 25 years. So in comparison, I'm relatively new to acting. So I feel like it's always room for growth.
When was the last time you cried?
The last time I cried? Last week.
Why?
Why did I cry last week? Because I came to a realization that there are certain fears that I'm holding on to that can potentially hold me back in certain areas. So it was just like a hard realization. Like I had to come to have a truth moment. And it's just like, dang, this is really what it is.
You had to tell Marietta 5 years ago something today. Today, you telling Marietta 5 years ago, what are you telling her?
Don't be scared. it's okay to choose me, because I don't think I often did that. It's okay to be vulnerable and take time to heal, because I oftentimes didn't do that. You know, my journey hasn't been easy, and as a woman, there's a lot of things that I went through, even with bearing children, that most people don't have to go through. You know, I had to experience birthing a child that I knew wasn't going to be alive, and so I didn't really grieve that process like I should have, and that's a recipe for disaster, because I think what happened was, from that moment I entered survival mode, and that's not a good place to be.
You have 4 daughters. Was that one a daughter also?
Yes. Yep.
Did you give her a name?
Yeah, her name is Sherry and Trina. She has a name. I carried her full time. Yep.
What's one rumor about you that you have heard that you like, that's just some bullshit?
A rumor that I've heard that I feel is like, what have I heard about me? That I think I'm the stuff, that I just think I'm above people, and I'm not. I'm very humble.
How many people have you been linked to fucking on set, if any? Any men, they say, I know Marietta fucked him.
I mean,
How
you
many?
know.
How many do you know how many people they say that you probably fucked?
I'm not sure, but I think when I have chemistry on set with people, that's just an assumption. But you see the threads, people assume that on set that people really getting it in. So I think when I have good chemistry with people, that's an assumption. Or, you know, sometimes people like to run off at the mouth and say things that aren't necessarily true, or say half truth. So if I had to count, could be 2, 3, I don't know.
When you heard about one,
Mm-hmm.
just one in particular, because I got a phone call.
Yeah.
One.
You got a phone call.
I got a phone call.
Yeah.
Was it true?
No.
Were you scared? No. Better question. Wasn't true. Did you at least like him a little bit?
So this is something that I've dissected a lot, right? And I don't think it was necessarily a like thing. I think sometimes, and I mentioned being in survival mode, right? Sometimes I think things can happen in your life where sometimes you're looking for a little bit of an excitement or something new. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's a good decision to make all the time, but I'm human. So I think it was more so that, like the excitement of it being new, or the attention that I probably wasn't getting from somewhere else. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I like them. It's just, it is
new.
what it is.
It was new.
It was new.
New.
Yeah.
So you're divorced.
I am divorced.
Is there somebody new?
There is someone new.
Do we know them?
Yes, you know them.
I know them. Do the world of actors know them?
I would say yes, because we've been out together.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you want to tell us who it is?
I'm not going to say who it is, only because I asked if I could and I didn't get a response in time. But I will say this. We have been on your set together at the same time, in the same scene.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. You said that the person that it is, you have been on Dennis Reed's set at the same time, in the same scene.
Yeah, some things are just hidden in plain sight. It's not that it's a secret.
Were y'all dating before my set, or did it happen on my set?
No, it was before. It was before the set. Like building a relationship and a friendship. And
do you love him?
yeah.
Do he love you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right?
Are you happy?
I am. I am happy.
So what's next?
I think I've learned to live in the now. You know what I'm saying? To enjoy the moment that I'm in. Because sometimes when I project ahead, that's what causes fear. So I feel like it's best to enjoy the space I'm in now and not worry about the future.
You have done an amazing job here. Thank you for being open, and thank you for being honest.
Absolutely.
You have anything else you say before we lock you up?
Don't lock me up. What did I do to you?
I don't know. But literally, this is your moment. What's next?
So what's next for me is I am approaching retirement from teaching, right? And so when it comes to acting, I really want to full out just explore that. So in my writing bag, producing bag, that's to come, because I'm enjoying the space I'm in now, and I just want to really maximize all of my experiences, all of my relationships, and just like kill it.
Do you see yourself leaving Michigan?
I think, yeah, eventually. Of course, like I said, my kids are at the forefront of my thoughts. So if I leave Michigan, I would have to make sure that everything is okay here before I branched out and did that.
Well, Marietta X, I have no more questions. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.
Good night.
Good night.